live. We are back on the air with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Joel, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope we're having a super awesome night.
Oh yeah. And if you haven't seen it already, Mr. Sideways Man cannot fix his problem.
It's alright. Y'all are perpendicular to me. It's all good.
I know, maybe you need to be flattened like a pancake.
Yeah.
Alright, so joining us next on the show is Orion.
Hi.
Good to have you back, as always.
Yeah, the thing is, though... Nah, I'm joking.
I don't know. Maybe one day we might actually offer a real drinking game every time you say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we could pretty much set that up at a con, a room party, or on a Raiders trip.
Or just like whoever's watching now, just get yourself some booze and just...
I do not necessarily condone doing this now while you're watching or listening.
Okay, yeah.
But
you're right. That's not a good idea.
To our viewers, but
mind.
The idea is there.
Okay.
Next up on the show is Sparky.
Hi, guys.
Mm-hmm. And joining us for the first time ever is Voltage the Wolf.
Greetings! Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Since it's your first time here, do tell us kind of an interesting little fact, kind of about yourself.
So I'm a comp sci major at the State University of New Jersey, and that's fun. I'm a volunteer firefighter in my town in my free time, and I worked at Amazon like a loser for the past 2 summers instead of getting a comp sci internship because they pay me more. So yeah,
I guess last minute giving you a good hand.
Yeah, I guess.
My boyfriend is a paramedic.
You're not a loser,
Fun
man.
times.
Come on.
Yeah, hey, I remember seeing... what wasn't Voltage on, the group, photo?
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is. The big Raiders City 10th anniversary picture.
Oh, you are? That's awesome. Oh, I want to be in the picture one day.
That was way back in 2017.
I
And
know.
I had to... Disclaimer,
Well, we
admins
were
had
on
to pony
Discord.
up money for the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, I was featured on there. Oh boy, I had a lot of problems caused by that. But I digress.
No,
can't believe how
the
big
picture
sports
alone,
is.
despite the whole changes of membership, was absolutely timeless.
Yeah, it was a great photo, to be honest.
Yeah, it's cool. It's actually the banner of our official YouTube channel.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's
See
it.
if you can spot the guys.
I can see myself. I'm standing next to Voltage.
Hey,
Hey, look at that. That's cool.
I always forget.
That's actually
that I'm
nice.
doing this.
Yeah, I think the tallest character there is actually Scorch.
Yeah, he's looming over everyone.
He's basically the whole Air Force, except
The Air Force.
Wait, the Raiders have an Air Force now?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, speaking of which, the United States has actually unveiled the United States Space Command.
oh yeah, boy.
The Space Force. Well, we can get into that at a later time.
This is the whole different football game. We could pretty much.
Yeah, the thing is, though, with the Halo universe, it's the United Nations Space Command, and then you have the actual reality where you have the United States Space Command.
Well,
You're gonna need aircraft that can go way up past the Earth's atmosphere.
Wow. Comments are being lit right now.
Oh,
yeah.
shite.
Oh.
Space
Michael
is alive.
says Orion is the Raiders Space Force.
Yep, because I'm an alien.
Yeah, you
Space
are.
is a lie. What have we been told about? The Space Force can't exist.
I
we need to
can't.
make a theme song for the Space Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Raiders Space Force. Yes, please, Sage.
It kind of sounds like. Okay, so you guys know the theme for Spaceballs, right? Space Force. That could work.
I think so. You know what, though? But hey, I think it's time we started on the main routine, isn't it, though? So,
think so.
without any
Let's get
further
into
ado, Voltage, I think you have the spotlight because you went to Philadelphia not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like being right outside of Earth, listening to Awesome Mix Volume 1.
How was Philadelphia, by the way? You told me you
So-
were there for a day.
Yeah, I was only there for a day, but I mean, this was what I would consider my first FurCon. It's my the last FurCon I went to was FA United in 2014. So this con was getting my feet wet in FurCons again.
Okay.
So it was really a great experience. I really enjoyed it, even though I was stuck in registration for about 2.5 hours, and it was
Ouch.
the line wasn't even that long too.
No, that's part and parcel of conventions these days because the registrations have got to literally up their game. Like, no matter what con it is, like small or large, they have to up their game on getting people processed quicker.
Yeah.
Like-
Um,
Speaking of that, though, how big even was the attendance of Philadelphia if the
So-
if the registration took roughly that long?
the numbers came back and they broke 1,000 this year, this is their first year over 1,000. So that was
Wow.
cool. Yeah, where should I go to next? And this is
what kind of like events did you go to? Like, did you go to like panels or dance competitions or something?
So I went. I think the dancing competition, if they had one, was on Saturday, so I didn't go to that. I went on Friday, but
Okay.
there was a panel about like hosting your own furry convention. That was really cool, or well, not even and events and stuff like that, and stuff to like kind of watch out for. And that was really cool to kind of see like what kind of goes behind the scenes and stuff. And then I went to, so the theme was like Celtic Knights, and there was a Celtic and Gaelic like slang panel. And
What?
so,
That's cool.
but the only thing anyone got out of it was what's the crack, and that's just what's up or what's going on.
Yeah.
Celtic slang. I didn't even think that was a thing.
Yeah, it was really.
The thing is, so did they say things like white butt and things like that?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
That's Welsh slang.
Um,
Did they go into Welsh slang at all?
no,
Or was it mainly Irish?
It was Irish and Scot.
Of course. And did they also have people dressed up in kilts or fursuits in kilts?
Yes, there were multiple people walking around in kilts, and it was actually really cool because I am mostly Irish in my heritage, so it was kind of cool to see that. And also, so this is my first
Red
time
hair.
in years interacting with fursuiters, and that was tons of fun.
Awesome, dude.
In that sense, though, what kind of basically, did you what basically held you back from going the next, for spending the whole weekend there? Were you,
So Amazon basically told, because I was on family vacation the weekend before, and they said I haven't been at work in 2 days, and apparently there's a policy: if you don't go to work for 3 days, they're assuming you're quitting, fire you.
Oh.
So Saturday would have been my 3rd day, so I kind of had to go in if I wanted to keep getting money.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha, man.
But but I wound up leaving early, and if it weren't for me spending this obscene amount of money on furry shirts and another knickknacks from the con, then I probably would have gone again. But I didn't want to spend any more money on
Alright, cool.
on anything. So that was fun.
Oh, I was also gonna ask, what do you remember what the charity was? If they had one, like what they were raising money for?
Oh no. I can't. I can look it up really quick. I don't remember off the top of my hand because all the charity stuff was both after I left and throughout the rest of the weekend.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was just curious.
I'm just gonna quickly. Hopefully, I find this.
I mean, you did tell me as well that what's it called? The charity raised about $1,000 or so, maybe a little more.
It was a Bella Reed Pit Bull Rescue.
Okay.
I'm looking at the. I don't know if I can find the dollar amount, but that was the charity it went to. Maybe it's on their Twitter.
That's all right. Oh, well, yeah. So it was basically for pit bull rescue, which is great.
Yeah. The hotel was actually really nice. It was at the King of. It was in the Valley Forge Casino Resort, which this is actually the first time I was ever in a casino. So that was a surreal experience. My only complaint about the hotel is that it was a maze.
Oh,
We were in one area which was set up pretty standard for like a convention space, but to get from the area where most people stay the night, or like the actual hotel, to go to the casino area, it's a lot of zigzagging and different directions you have to walk. And it was like kind of like if you've been spending all your evening drunk at the casino, you're gonna have a hard time finding your way to your room.
Yeah,
Sounds like Circus back when I was in Las Vegas in 2008, I believe.
Voltage, if you were able to have stayed back a few more days, you would have been able to witness the parade.
I could not tell where I was.
Photo shoot.
But then I got to know Circus, and I was like, oh yeah, I know where I'm at.
Cool.
And
But
another
it did say in your statistics, 1,332 attendees, and it's a 50% growth over last year.
Yeah.
Wait, 50% growth? Really? That's a lot. Damn. I know Philadelphia is like relatively new, considering that it used to be basically what FAU used to be. So, Voltage, I didn't even ask you. Like, you said you only went like 1 day. So, do you live close to the convention?
Oh yeah, I'm only about an hour and a half away, all across the Delaware River in Jersey. So, it was.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay.
If I could still go for an entire weekend and just commute in the morning, and then go home at night, and just do most of my drinking as soon as I get there.
Yeah, right.
And I'm going to use that as a segue into my next moment. After the two after the 2 panels I went to, I spent most of the rest of the day intoxicated until it was time to go home. So that just was a very fun experience.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it. Yeah, right on.
I have fun at TFF as well. It's pretty fun.
But in that sense, though, if you were given, if things did line up a lot better for you, would you have been able to spend the weekend at the con?
I wouldn't have stayed. I probably would have, to save money, I probably just would have commuted each day. Because I didn't register in time to even like consider getting the discounted hotel room, but the hotel filled up all the blocks that the con reserved. So, that's I think all I have written down in my little quick cheat sheet notes. Any other questions?
I mean, it's understandably.
No, I just did you like meet up with any friends there or anything? Like, did you go with anyone? Did anybody know that you were there?
I dragged my friend over with me, who's also a furry. I dragged him into the Raiders earlier this week, I think.
Okay.
So I try and get him to be social. But I went with him, and it was a fun time. And he was just making fun of me for drinking all day because he's the sober friend.
Okay, well, yeah, you always need one of those, of course.
Yeah.
They're useful if you want to get picked up.
Yeah, or not get lost in a zigzaggy hotel.
Yeah, I'm sober, but I do not drink at all.
Some people do, some people don't. But like when I go to furry cons, I get pretty smashed. That's just whatever.
Yeah, I usually get smashed at furry cons.
Like how bad of a hangover you get after a con? You just wake up the next day.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, the thing is though, I don't really get hangovers.
See, I was about to say, like, who gets hangovers?
I don't.
Exactly. It never happens. Not even to any one of us. We just basically.
No.
It's just you gotta over drink, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you feel like shit.
Yeah, hangovers are for boomers.
Yeah, they are.
It's like you wake up and you're like, what happened?
See, if I know I've been drinking a lot, I make sure to have a good amount of water before I go to bed.
That's right. All right, Voltage. Any closing thoughts about the con, or like, would you recommend going back there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed going. It was a great experience. I bumped into the chairman a couple of times, and he was really cool. And I like the staff working there so much that I actually kind of want to try and volunteer next year because they're really nice guys running everything. So
yeah, man, go for it.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah, so you'd be happy to recommend a convention further down the line, then.
Yep.
Indeed. So, a couple of little things while we're basically going to move on to the next segment. It's a fun live comment.
One person who falls over because they're so drunk.
I noticed there's 3 hosts with electricity in their name.
Oh god.
Oh shit, he's right.
Oh my god.
Fault, Jolt, and Sparky. Oh yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
I get the Mountain Dew reference. Everyone's like, why did you name yourself after the Mountain Dew? I'm like, no, I didn't.
Danger. High voltage. Sorry.
I wouldn't have thought of Mountain Dew, to be honest.
Yeah, mine's a track by like a group called Electric Six or something like that.
I usually get imported sodas like Guarana. Was that Guana Antarctica from Brazil? Or I just
Guava.
Or I just get Surge to drink.
Surge? That sounds like another electrical thing.
That's an old it's an old soda from the 90s.
Okay.
So it's a '90s drink.
Any
Anyway,
other fun live comments? Anything or?
not at the moment now.
Okay.
Anyway, to move on to the next segment though, you surely by now you've also seen the namesake of the episode is how Fortnite is pursuing the fabled, well, quote unquote fabled furry dollar.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness, Fortnite with their new skins. I mean, they're just pandering right now. They're trying so damn hard. Look at this shit.
I have to
What
say,
is this
I mean, there's-
obnoxious microtransaction?
Hey, we gotta get the YEF again.
my
Ah.
loyalties lie with Apex Legends.
I mean, look.
Yeah, but the thing is, though,
It really does. But,
you need to realize that the players of Apex Legends are entitled.
How many
I'm
of these
joking.
comments?
I'm just quoting like a developer.
But guys, just look at the comments though on this Twitter feed. Adler the Eagle is number one, so obviously, like all these guys are furries that are responding to Fortnite.
it was obvious furry bait, man.
I know, well,
You
yeah,
build
but
it, they will come.
yeah, you're right. Okay. I'm not saying I dislike this. I mean, I think it's pretty cool looking, honestly, but
Yeah, and then you
Yeah,
obviously
we all
see,
know what
first and
happened.
foremost,
Yeah, but we all knew what happened to the wolf character.
They had a wolf character.
Yeah, the wolf character. Werewolf character with a red bandana on his head.
what happened to him?
All the YEF.
Oh god,
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
Rule 44.
it's gonna be 10 times worse now because this dude's a fox.
Yep.
Oh god, these comments are.
I know it's fire. Like, dude, it's so obvious now. If
It's like
there's
I came
anything
on.
that you can
It's
tell,
like I
if there's
came on,
anything
and there's more
you've
comments
learned
being
about
blown
furries
away.
now is that all the art websites are now full of artwork like this.
So okay,
Must be
I
the
just
most
have a question.
popular furry.
Well, I just have a question for you guys. Do you think that one of the developers of Fortnite is actually a furry and decided to do this because he can, or do you think they're pandering to furries just to get the whole niche market?
I honestly think probably one of them's a furry, to some extent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a case of there's obviously somebody in the design team which had an interest to anthropomorphic animals. I think that's the more likely case.
Okay.
Honestly, knowing these days and the furry pandering, I'm surprised Halo Infinite's not gonna have some flipping fox armor set or something.
Oh, they might. You're gonna give them ideas.
All right, we're gonna have to add in. Originally, we're gonna have to call in a sixth. A sixth. Well, originally you came in, and now, dude, what made you come in this late?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's just say one of my housemates didn't tell anyone that they had ordered some food. So we had to go to the store in Bryan, Texas and get some food to bring back.
Times.
I'll be right back. I'm being
Okay.
summoned.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And now he's outside smoking a cigarette, and I decided to come in because I can't stand this desk.
All right, cool.
Sometimes.
Yep.
But hey, this kind of thing though. I mean, furries already have their own battle royale already, the Super Animal Royale.
Oh
yeah, that one.
Whoever has the TV in the background, can you turn
Of
it off?
course, it was you.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that with mine.
All right. So,
Yeah, that was.
how you doing?
Me?
Yeah. You good?
Pretty good.
Cool.
I don't even think it was a mistake bringing you in. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. Other than that,
Other than that, I'm not sure if that barking was actually a person or a dog.
how about both,
Yeah.
man? We're furries after all.
It's
I
a
was-
dog.
I live with two dogs, and they both bark like crazy. It gets annoying.
Do they bark at everyone who walks past then?
They bark at people walking down the street.
Okay. Shall we
But-
move on to the next topic then?
Most definitely, yes. Because I think now I know this is going to be a field day for you, Avira, considering that a lot has happened in the Marvel universe and in
I
movies
know.
in general, Disney as well.
Yeah, like non-binary nipples.
Nah, like so
Wait,
much.
what now?
So much has happened.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
It's
So, like, where do
bonkers.
you want to start with? Like, how female 4, which is these people's favorite, star movie, and yet you say female 4, and they will get up in arms about you. Well, look at what they did to the Hammer.
Oh, okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, they're trying to make it. They want to make it.
Oh, come on.
Gender neutral. Yes.
Okay, seriously? I thought it already technically is.
It's a freaking hammer.
I know.
Come on.
Like, do we do stick like a giant dick on it or something?
No, that would make
Oh,
the Hammer
God.
gendered.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It has to be gender
When I
neutral.
did that and puts on top of it the part of a female. Now that's
What?
gender neutral.
Why would they do this though? Like,
Because they're idiots.
yeah, but who are they trying to like? I
Just-
don't understand.
I
That
don't
means they're
know,
trying to
some
make. They're
satanic
trying to make.
bitches.
They're trying to make a gender neutral hammer.
Yeah, we
Which
don't
is
need
already
gender-
gender
Good luck with
neutral
that
because
one.
because
We don't-
it's a fucking object. It's an inanimate object.
Yeah, I didn't know a hammer could have a gender. That's very interesting. I guess maybe that's how hammers like reproduce. There's like a male and a female hammer, and they smash each other together and they make little hammer
Both people
babies.
need to stop.
Oh god. It's our generation, guys, that is mostly doing this.
And okay, so if you guys are looking at this article now, it says the name X-Men is outdated. So what are they going to call it? Like X people? That doesn't make any sense now, does it?
X
No.
people sound shit, to be honest.
They're the
Mhm.
X people? Or the X, I don't know, non-binary
What, X-Force?
X.
That actually
Mama.
sounds kind of cool. The X-Force thing.
Okay, that
Yeah.
you're right. That kind of does sound super cool.
Yeah,
If it
over there
wasn't
they'll
for
probably
another
call
comic,
it.
though.
They'll probably call it like X-Mam or something.
X-Mam! It's Mam!
Oh, hell no.
But,
Oh, and here's the thing that will actually put them up in arms. One of the members of the X-Men actually was a female.
a lot of them were, yeah. Yeah, of course there were female X-Men. Alright,
And-
so?
Hell yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot about some of
they're
the others.
called.
But,
They're called men as in mankind. Oh no, it's people kind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's just the name of the franchise. I mean, why do they have to retcon this nonsense? Oh, well, it says men, so we can't have that now, can we? It's like all these...
we're slowly going back
Men is
into a
sexist,
time
you know.
where I seriously don't want to get into.
I just think it's the stupidity for stupidity's sake.
It is. I'm not gonna lie.
They're just shooting themselves in the foot right now. Like why? Why?
It sounds like they're
Why?
shooting themselves in, face. Also,
Sony
And
needs
speaking
The
to,
of-
thing is though,
Yeah.
the thing is though, the good news is
Sony needs to
that
take that
if
Marvel.
it, hopefully this kills the whole superhero stuff because I'm getting fed up with superheroes anyway.
Oh,
Honestly,
it's not
It's been
going to.
milked
They're
out to
going to
death,
replace it
and
with some Mary Sue character like they did with Star Wars, which killed it for me.
Oh no!
The
Okay,
thing is,
I did that for two
the-
reasons. One, because I wanted to hear Aviera say that, and two, they actually might do it.
I know. God.
They already did it with what's her name? They basically made someone named Marvel. Well, there was
Captain
something.
Marvel.
Thank you.
oh
Like,
no,
really?
not. There's too many freaking, female Marvel characters like in that whole bearing that title: Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
That's enough. One of them really sucked. I mean, Captain Marvel was she was badass in the comics.
The
Like,
whole
she was a
Marvel
really cool
franchise is
character.
diverse enough. We don't need to put any more female characters in it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if the character is female or not. The thing is, in the comics, she was really cool. But Brie Larson, being the bitch that she is, she completely destroyed the character, and everyone hated the movie. So there you go. And now they have another Miss Marvel. I mean, come on now.
The problem which I had with this new Star Wars trilogy is that in the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker wasn't all powerful in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. He had a
He
trait.
gradually became a powerful Jedi.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's Sparky. You wanna? Never mind.
I may have to manually mute. But speaking of that,
Wait a minute.
the Star Wars thing. Oh way, right? What is it?
Oh wait. It's a Nubistan. Never mind. But yeah, speaking of the new Star Wars movie, guys, have you seen the new trailer for The Rise of Skywalker?
Not yet.
Oh.
No, it's Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it is
Why?
such a shit show. Oh my god. They spent half of the trailer using old footage from the original trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6, just to remind people of why they should even be in the theater to begin with. It was it's just so sad.
Please watch.
I mean, I'm not gonna give Disney any more of my money. I'm not gonna see this movie.
Oh, you
I don't even
can
care.
show that, actually.
I don't care
Yeah,
about Rey. I don't care about Finn or Poe or Rose Tico or all these. None of that. I don't care.
It's because the characters are shit.
Yeah, well, just like you said before,
The characters aren't memorable like they were in the original trilogy.
No.
Exactly. There's no development. There's no nothing. It's just terrible story writing. And Anubistan, holy crap! What are you doing in the background, my dude? Sorry. But damn. Yeah, there's no heart to it anymore.
Yeah, it has no soul. That's the problem. To me, this new trilogy is nothing but a soulless cash grab.
That's what someone said something about Star Wars in the original trilogy and what it's usually meant for. It was something something about hope.
Yeah, it is about hope.
It's sad, honestly. It really is. And they always complain oh, well, people that don't like the new trilogy are just basement dwelling people, all this nonsense. But at the end of the day, Star Wars.
The people who don't like the new trilogy are sexist,
Yeah, exactly. Sexist, racist, whatever. It's dumb. But the thing is, Disney, they had some really shitty writing, and that's why nobody likes it. The story makes no sense.
Meanwhile, Ray crashed into that one guy's ship trying to keep the one place from getting blown up.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna bother watching this new movie.
She smashed into Finn's speeder thing or whatever it's bloody called. It's some ridiculous looking contraption. Like she smashed into Finn and to stop him from blowing him from taking out the cannon by blowing himself up. But she didn't realize that by doing that she could have killed them both. She could have killed Finn and herself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how about kill the resistance as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
Too. It would have been really funny if, like, after the whole crash happened.
Oh wait, she
went
did
over to
kill the
Finn.
resistance. The laser beam just shot and hit the building, just blew it up.
No, but like,
Yeah,
he was like decapitated or something. And she's like, "Oh
the thing
shit,
is,
what did I
though,
do?"
like the only flagship the Resistance had, the pilot of that flagship decided to go kamikaze into the dreadnought and completely destroy that ship and the Resistance. Like, and the thing is, though, it's like if the First Order
the result of that kamikaze attack was kind of like the result is basically the only part I like about the movie. How you see those lines of form and those building ships get split in two. That's the only thing I like about it.
Yeah, the only thing I liked about that movie was the crystal foxes. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's it, really.
They just warped speed into what Snoke's flagship, and they just blew it in half.
Yeah, but one thing I don't get is how incompetent the tactics were. Like from the military standpoint, like
it was the slowest space chase ever. Okay, so yeah, that's just The Last Jedi was just a complete shit show.
I mean, J.J. Abrams himself almost admitted that it ruined the Star Wars franchise.
It did.
Oh, it did.
It did.
Yeah, the Last Jedi was a franchise killer.
Yeah, and so that's why I don't give a
because
crap about the new movie.
Luke Skywalker from the original series was more of a nice guy that was like, yeah, there's some good in you, Father. Like Father Darth Vader. He told him that he knew there was good inside him. He didn't do that in The Last Jedi with
Rey.
One thing I noticed about both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, it ripped off scenes from the original trilogy.
Okay, well, The Force Awakens pretty much ripped off the entire Episode 4 of the Death Star, only it's bigger this time. Ooh, wow.
Ooh, it's an entire planet.
It's a planet now.
Didn't they learn their lesson already about that?
Apparently not.
Big, expensive capital ships
yeah,
are good.
Yeah, but
that also sounds like history repeating itself in a way. Because guess what? They did the same stinking thing with the Starforge. That thing blew up.
Luke didn't tell the main antagonist that he knew there was good in him. He just decided just to let him and his cross-shaped lightsaber stab a holographic him. But, he ends up dying on the rock.
Yeah, the problem with The Last Jedi is that scene where flipping Kylo Ren turns to Rey and says, "Oh, it's join together and rule the galaxy." Where did we hear that before?
Yeah, so
let's see,
after
Episode 5.
Yeah, exactly. With
that iconic line that people say have or haven't really happened.
Yeah, they ripped off the scene at the beginning of Episode 5 with the the snow sort of area, but the difference is it's snow, it's salt. It's a salt plane. That's the only difference.
Ouch.
God.
That's even worse for machinery.
Yeah, and it's they even had the scene where the guy's peeking over the trench with the binoculars, and he just sees the walkers walking towards them. Even rips off that scene.
Oh yeah, that one in Episode 5.
Yeah, the
Hoth
Battle of
battle.
Hoth.
Well, speaking of no originality, they're bringing back Palpatine, apparently.
Okay, that actually that was in the Legends when he would be coming back.
Yeah, but like this isn't Legends though. This is some like Disney knockoff, like dollar store version of Star Wars. Like
They
this
must
is
be
some
borrowing
bullshit.
from Legends then.
Yeah,
Obviously they're running out of ideas then because they're just trying to fix their mistakes of the last couple
Yeah,
movies that we just talked about.
I-
So yeah,
I-
of course they're gonna try to pander to people. Oh look, Palpatine is back! Amazing.
Yeah, I had-
He
Right.
better
had a-
whoop ass or there's a
I
problem.
had a weird conspiracy theory about Palpatine. It's more like what if Palpatine was actually an android and his memory and voice was put in the robot?
You know, that actually wasn't.
that Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, they actually did that in Battlefront 2, where they had these robots with Palpatine's face
Oh my
telling
god.
exactly where to go.
Oh, that's funny.
And what to do. It was, and the thing is though, the canon,
That was actually part of his
the
contingency
Legends
plan.
comic you're on about is going to involve clones of Palpatine.
Yeah, that was where the whole him coming back came in, was from the clones of him.
Joy.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, I see no ways successfully save the Star Wars franchise at this stage it's in.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed that we never had Grand Admiral Thrawn.
The guy who
in the movie.
played Anakin's, the guy who played Luke, he did not like that one film where he dies in it.
Oh yeah, The Last Jedi. Yeah, of course he hated it.
Yeah,
because
they're
they made him
basically
look like
killing off all of the original ones.
Yeah,
Apparently Chewbacca's left, thing of all of them, and in Legends he's the first one to die.
Wow. And you know what's really sad too? If you actually think about it, Disney had the opportunity to bring Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and oh my god, who played Han Solo? I feel like a dick.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yes, of course, Harrison Ford. Okay, all of those guys. Like the 3 original heroes. Disney
What about
had
the one who played
chance.
Chewbacca too?
Wow.
Oh, he's dead.
All right, sure.
Ah.
Why not? But okay,
Damn
so
it.
Disney had the opportunity to do that. They could have. They could have done that. But they were never seen together. Isn't that
Here's a
sad?
fun little comment before, Miguel says, an old white guy possessing a woman? So it's Joe Biden then.
God damn it, Joe! God, come on now.
No, wait, that's not just Joe Biden. That's Bill Clinton.
I was just about to say, like, I think we can have Bill Clinton in there too.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, just add all the creepy guys in there.
I think that's actually gonna happen in the movie too. Like Palpatine's gonna try to like possess people. Oh my god, if he possesses Rey,
Legends.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's Legends right there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he does that in Legends too.
What
God.
the joke?
Yeah, they're actually taking stuff from Legends, apparently.
Because they have no other ideas. They got
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
They don't know what to do.
The thing is,
Yeah.
though, I just love the way that they go for like the lame ideas from Legends, but they don't go with any of the good ideas, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, for example.
Oh, they did, actually.
Yeah, using Rebels.
Star Wars
but,
Rebels actually had Thrawn in it.
yeah, but he didn't have like that much of a role, and
They should
wasn't
have
he
looked at
killed
the
off in
Star
there?
Wars.
You didn't really have to.
They
I mean, like,
should
in the
have looked at the Star Wars novels, like I don't know, like the New Republic novels.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like-
those are pretty cool. I've read some of them.
Yeah, it's like didn't like Thrawn originally serve in the Galactic Civil War and then go off somewhere, like the unknown regions, and then come back later
Yes.
on or something
Yep.
like that?
Yeah, he fought as the first alien in the Imperial military. Then he disappeared, and then he decided to come back.
Yeah,
What
he was
the
in like
hell?
in like a older like Star Wars game. Like I think that was his first appearance, was in a Star Wars game. I forgot what it was called.
Star Wars Battlefront, the original one, or something.
No, it was one older than that. It was the one which first
Not the
introduced
Old
the Dark Troopers.
That
Maybe
one is the one that I'm thinking of because they had some dark troopers in there.
So I'm not sure how many guys are watching right now who have seen the actual teaser trailer for it, but if you notice at the very end of the trailer, they have Darth Vader's breathing in the trailer. So
Oh God!
yeah, they
Don't bring
actually
him
have
back
that.
too.
Please don't, unless it's in the form of a Force ghost or something.
Oh well, a Force ghost, but like Anakin's already like redeemed. He's already like a Jedi and stuff. But so like they're bringing back Palpatine. They're trying
If
to
they
like
bring
pander to
back,
people. I mean, oh my god.
if they bring back Darth Vader, it better be through a holocron.
Darth
I don't know
Vader
about
to
how
to
it's
Electric Boogaloo.
The thing which I'm worried
What the
about
hell voltage?
is
I'm
Kylo
gonna
Ren
get
getting
you on
gravely
YouTube.
injured, and then them putting Kylo Ren into the same gear that Darth Vader wore. To me, that'll
That's
be
kind of a no-brainer at this point.
yeah. But to be honest, I think that'll be a cop out.
You know, to be honest, I really do not care about this movie at all. Like I'm literally
Thank
just
you.
like, not even gonna watch it.
Nor
I do
I.
not give a shit.
That would
Yeah,
Hey, I
make
just
that
watched the
3.
first 3 movies on Laserdisc. If you have a Laserdisc player,
yeah.
I don't.
I'm just gonna watch all the soy boys sob and then just laugh at them.
Oh, you mean like my favorite pastime when I'm wanting to get some popcorn and just watch all these soy boys just start crying like little babies while I'm laughing my butt off?
Oh, hey, Joel, you probably know what I'm referring to. Like, do you remember the guy which reacted to the fucking teaser trailer for this movie?
Oh
Oh,
boy.
God. Yeah, that guy.
yeah, I will watch Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back on Laserdisc. If you have a Laserdisc player.
Oh, and speaking
I'm willing to
of
join you sometime.
What?
movie trailers that people have reacted to, you'll never guess which movie trailer has just blown up the Twitter waves.
Let's see, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Ryan, want to take a guess?
The Turdinator?
No.
Oh wait, Terminator.
Yeah.
You said Turdinator. Like, what the heck? Never heard of it being called that before.
Hey, Vera, want to take a guess?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's the Joker.
I wish.
Yes. It is the Joker movie.
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Annoyed that he's
Okay,
not.
they have at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, in San Antonio, a roller coaster called the Joker. It's not even done yet.
But it is Joker themed, right? Like it's Batman. It's like
Yeah,
the
this
Batman
is-
villain. It's
Yeah,
not some random
Movie
thing.
in the society
It's
movie.
like
Yeah, I really like this new Joker because he seems to be more grounded in reality.
oh, thank
So you would
bloody
think.
God.
And apparently a
Most
lot of
Twitter
other
are
people
paranoid. Wow.
Yes.
Someone
so
saying
they think,
in quotations mediocre white men.
yes. So basically, a lot of people
Hopefully
on
that's a
Twitter
joke.
kind of blew up about this because they thought that the Joker represented the angry white man oppressed by society, and he's the hero, and that's a bad thing, and all that crazy.
Yeah, but they
So-
weren't.
It's
They
just
weren't-
face paint, you dolts.
I think
Good
this is-
lord.
They weren't freaking out about Heath
Act-
Ledger's performance of the Joker.
Hang on. I have the perfect thing to inject into this. I have just the perfect thing
Oh
to
dear
inject into
lord.
this. Give
We live
me
in a society.
Not that is that, but a thing to inject to this.
Why am I not surprised?
Yep, there it is. Clown world.
I just
Oh,
think
I was gonna say that when you were
Yeah,
talking to me last night.
Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker was outstanding.
Yeah, but he's dead now.
Dadgummit.
So that sucks.
I think they're all annoyed for not race bending the Joker like the
The Little Mermaid.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
hell no!
But,
No.
I was gonna say though,
Don't ever
honestly,
do that.
okay, so I saw the trailer for the Joker, and it actually looked pretty freaking good. Like it looked interesting. It looked kind of dark. Like the cinematography was incredible. Like when it came to like the scenes of like the city
Yeah,
and the way that they show, like even like just him like on the bus. Like the way he talks to people. It just looked like really cool.
It's definitely one of the movies I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
It's basically a case of like a man who was originally joyful
so
and
serious.
gleeful.
So serious.
This sounds
Like,
like a certain someone that I can think of on the top of my head.
Yeah, and society
Batman.
kept beating him down, and then he decided to embrace nihilism.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the actual lore of the Joker, but is that actually the case? Like, how did he become the Joker? I know that he fell into like a vat of chemicals and he went crazy and stuff, but like, was he actually like a normal dude who was like bullied? Because like that's what the movie trailer seems to illustrate.
That
He
has
probably
always been a
was.
part of that's always been a part of his backstory.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not really sure. So
It seems like the ones that get bullied the most end up
Well, he
snapping
wanted-
and going insane.
Yeah, the thing is though, the Joker in this movie is more like the Joker in the Detective Comics.
Oh, thank
okay.
God. You mean like the Batman comic?
it was the Batman comics before Batman was
Yeah,
a thing.
the Joker did have one mission with Batman. He wanted to something about chaos.
Oh yeah, that's his whole thing. He's all about that crap. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but basically, it's a case of Batman represents order, and the Joker represents chaos. And the thing is that's the reason why they need each other, because
They
both-
showed that type of thing in the Lego Batman movie,
Yeah, it's like-
where
you're
Batman
right.
tried to get rid of the Joker, but it didn't work out because they needed each other.
yeah, it's like basically order and chaos needs each other to keep itself in balance.
Yeah. It's kind of like a yin and yang and duality and black and white. Light and dark, all that stuff. The light side of the force, the dark side of the force, all that stuff. Yeah, of course. I
And
get
if you're going through a religious point with good and evil, God and Satan.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I'm kind of excited for this trailer. It looks like they're not trying to inject SJW.
Oh yeah, the
bullshit
church
politics
and
into it.
Satanism.
Huh?
The church.
What's that to do with this?
It's like something about
Sparky.
good and evil. Good and evil. The Church of Christ and Church of Satan. So there's
Well, yeah,
that
that's
yeah.
basically the character dynamic. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm honestly
the thing is though, Satanism. Nah, I don't take it seriously because it's just LARPing. It's just LARPing at the end of the day. That's the only thing it is.
Wow. Okay, so we started talking about a movie trailer and then went into Satanism. That's a
Religion.
Yeah, it's steer away from this.
You're right. So just
In that
curious,
sense,
are
though,
you
I
guys
think
excited for this?
I may
I
very well
might
be
actually
willing
go
to,
see it.
Yeah, watch the
Not the new
Joker.
Star Wars thing, but the Joker movie.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The Joker looks more interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, the Star Wars thing, I'm just gonna give it the middle finger and watch the Joker movie.
yeah, me too.
Even if all of my friends like, oh, let's watch the Star Wars movie, I'll just tell them, you do it, and I'll go with the other people and see the Joker movie.
Yes, they shall.
Even
give
if I'm
the
the only
mouse
furry in
their
there.
money.
Yeah, talking about Star Wars, I really like the Clone Wars era of the Star Wars canon.
I
You
did.
mean the
Oh yeah.
the Star Wars prequels?
No. Wait a minute. Are you
Well,
talking about
I-
the animated series or the more cartoony ones that happened earlier?
I like it. Yeah, I like both, to be honest. I like that up to episode 3 was probably really good. It's probably one of my favorite eras in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars, the Clone Wars. You got Anakin before his big turn.
Yep. Actually, you can just see it happening in
Yeah,
the
and
series.
I can watch Star Wars, the Clone Wars on Netflix, but
Yeah,
Oh,
to
no,
be
not
honest,
anymore.
it's a case of it's the Chad clone trooper versus the Virgin Stormtrooper.
Okay.
Clone troopers are kind of hot, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's because they're
almost kinda
voiced
sexy.
by oh my gosh, it's almost like they're voiced by Australians. Oh wait, they are.
yeah,
No,
because
no, it's voiced by a New Zealander actually.
Close enough. Close enough.
You all hail
If you
the
say that,
same
Star Wars, the Clone Wars was actually.
the thing is though, if you call a New Zealander an Australian, they would beat you up.
Yeah,
Wars,
don't do that.
That is true.
I might. No,
Star
wait.
Wars-
Actually, if you call them a Kiwi, they would do it.
If you
Star
call an
Wars, the
Aussie a
Clone
Kiwi,
Wars-
then yes, you're
No,
screwed, mate.
I would say like New Zealander. The
Star
Kiwi.
Wars,
Well, New
They
Zealand-
really
the
don't
thing-
like
Fine.
that.
The thing is though, the insult they don't like is sheepshagger. That's the one they don't like.
I thought that's
I
Well,
don't think
well, then
anybody
don't
likes
have
that.
sheep on your islands then.
Star Wars: The
Nobody
Clone
wants
Wars
it.
was made. Star Wars: The Clone Wars was made by George Lucas himself.
Thank bloody God.
Yeah, the thing is though, it was written
There
by
goes
him,
my
but it
British.
was made by another guy. I forgot his name. And like the
And
Star Wars,
he was a
there was Star Wars Clone Wars, which was drawn and written by the guy who created Samurai Jack.
That's why I recognized the animation style because when I looked at the
I'm talking about the 3D
Samurai
animated
Jack
series.
and then the Clone Wars, like the more cartoony ones,
I was
I
mentioning
recognized the
the
animation.
yeah, I meant the 3D animated series actually, the one of those 3D looking.
That one.
The thing is, though, he didn't create it; he produced it. Like with all Star Wars projects back then, he was always the producer. Even with the video games, he was the producer.
Whatever he
And-
made, it's better than the Disney sequels right now. 'cause
Yeah,
that's-
and I
Yes,
suppose
yes,
that's
it
pretty much-
is.
We're just gonna have to lament it and leave it at that, though.
Yeah, it's
Oh
quite.
no.
Yeah.
But
But,
we know.
Alas, though, as much as I'd love to continue with this whole Star Wars thing, I know this is literally it has taken the whole episode, but that's kind of how we roll. So sometimes,
Yep.
But hey, I don't blame you guys. It happens, and we just make it work just like the way it is. But I guess in that sense, though, as much as we'd love to have brought you some more varied kind of content, I guess.
Well, there is.
I guess this is
not
what
Jordan
landed on our lap.
Peterson.com.
So, yeah. Ryan, would you kind of I think this is pretty much where we're going to settle for this week, though. Ryan, would you like to have anything to close up with?
Yeah, all I got to say is that modern Star Wars is pretty much dead. Like it's not even appealing to children,
Mhm.
which
No,
current
take a look at the
articles have
stores.
indicated.
Take a look at the stores,
The-
everyone. It's like all of the Rey
nobody's buying it.
characters.
Nobody's
No one's
buying it.
buying it.
No one's
But
buying
they,
it. It's not appealing
But as
to
soon
children.
as you put the original characters in it, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Everybody wants to go with the original characters.
Well,
Yeah,
we're-
the thing is, though,
yeah.
this was an episode of the Furry Raiders podcast, and hopefully I'll probably guest star next week, and we may
I'm
have
hoping to
more
God that I
interesting
can.
topics.
I'll keep you tied up next week, though. There's a couple of circumstances on my end that made me ineligible to host, but we'll keep you updated across the line. So, but I will give you
okay.
yeah, but other than that, though, we'll see how we can work things out.
I'm hoping that things can work out for me to be involved a little bit more. Except I have no idea if I really could, to be honest.
But that's pretty much that, though. Voltage?
Yeah.
Have you got anything kind of just to close up with?
I can't really say anything other than thank you for having me on.
No problem, though. I mean, I'm quite glad. But at least, hey, in all this sense, though, would you actually, if things did line up, would you actually be willing to venture out even further into the world of furry?
Oh, but yeah, if money was no object, I would be everywhere.
Money, travel, you
They
name it.
actually had an episode, or at least part of an episode of My Strange Addiction. They actually featured furries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, they did that.
Oh, and
Yeah,
And I recognized one of the fursuiters.
and it kind of made us look like really, really lazy people. It didn't put us in a good light that much, actually.
That's because of the fact that they chose someone who has way too many fursuits for comfort.
They always do this, though. This is why sometimes public appearances on TV aren't the best thing. But hey, what do I know? I haven't been on.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, furries shouldn't fall into a trap of being recluse from the media.
Yeah.
Which that makes people more suspicious of the community. That's why I don't really like Uncle Kage's advice on it, because I think that too is damaging to the image of furry, as much as misrepresentation.
And of course, last of all, Avira.
Well, this week a lot of interesting stuff happened.
I know we didn't get to cover it all, but it's fine for what it is.
know.
A little slow, but you know, it kind of happens.
It's all good. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed listening to the show, and we shall continue forward. That is all.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, of course, there's always next time. And of course, there's always the obligatory reminder that yes, you can always find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. God, why did I had to do a bit of tender love and care to the rebranding of Apple and Google Podcasts, but that's now all fixed up in the link bars, so...
Oh boy. Stitcher.
Yes, Stitcher too. And in that said, though, this is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.